much awaited change in the definition of the 6 crore micro, small and medium enterprises who are referred as the backbone of the Indian economy with maximum employment generation opportunity was made this year. While delivering the economic package, part of the Aatmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyaan, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman announced revisions. So now let's understand, why did the MSME definition get revised?
Earlier, a sort of confusion had happened because the definition of the MSME Act 2006 used to be only based on the investment in plant and machinery, and that too there were two different definitions for industrial enterprises and service enterprises, which was again a confusion because in many cases there were overlaps. That was a complaint of many small-scale units and even micro units, that their benefits were being siphoned away by comparatively larger players. So, somewhere a line needed to be drawn, and many people might have objections to the way, to the ratios, to the turnover cutoff limits and all. So, having clearly defined both the turnover and the investment limit, and again even for the investment, instead of going in for a complicated formula in which there were many disputes and confusions and on interpretation, now it is very simple. As per the accounting standard, whatever is the depreciated value of your plant and machinery, that is to be taken for the purposes of investment. So I think having made one single definition in which all possible angles are covered is probably at the right step.
Earlier, the MSMEs were defined on the basis of investments put in. Also, the criteria for manufacturing units and service units were different. However, in the new definition, the distinction between manufacturing and service MSMEs has been removed, and the revised definition now includes plant and machinery and the turnover of the company too. Micro unit. MSMEs will now be called micro units if they have investments up to 1 crore and the turnover of less than 5 crore. Small units. For an MSME to be defined as a small unit, its investment limit has been raised from 5 crore to 10 crore with a turnover of less than 50 crore. Medium enterprises. So enterprises with investment up to 50 crore with a turnover of less than 250 crore will now be called medium units. With immense number of benefits being attached to being an MSME, businesses in India want to be under the umbrella of the definition. However, with investment and turnover linked to the revised MSME definition, the revised definition has been creating confusion in the minds of the MSME business owners. So let's understand the benefits and challenges of the new MSME definition, which would in turn give clarity to the MSMEs about the revised definition.
The first is that with up to 50 crores being set as the investment limit, I think more than 95% of the businesses, or maybe even more, maybe 97%, 98% of the businesses would be covered somehow under MSME, whether as micro or as small or as medium. Because investment up to 50 crores is a very large. So you have covered a very large number of companies under a framework which is providing them some measure of security and benefits. I think that is the major benefit. But one good thing that has come about in the definition now is also that I would like to bring out here, is that the requirement, earlier there was a very complicated formula for calculating the investment in plant and machinery. Exclude this, exclude that, gross block, this, that. Now it has been simplified. It simply says your investment as per your book value. So if, earlier it used to be that if you originally bought a plant at 20 crores and your book value is 5 crores, you were treated as a non-MSME because your investment was more than 10 crores, which was or rather more than 5 crores, which used to be the earlier limit. So now that all has gone. If you invested 20 crores 5 years back, today your book value is less than 10 crores, you are eligible to be in the MSME bracket, provided your turnover also is within the criteria. But the good thing about the new changes that have come about in the MSME definition is that the mobility has been made very simple. If your turnover increases beyond the threshold level, if the turnover level required for a micro unit is 5 crores and you have done 6 crores this year, so you are eligible to enjoy the benefits of a micro unit for 1 year, one year more. Within that year, if your turnover goes back to below the 5 crore level, you can again apply and be back into your own earlier category. The main benefits are actually available to micro and small enterprises only. Medium enterprise at best is getting some concessions and some benefits in terms of bank lending, which is there. Other than that, I really do not see where the medium enterprise is given any protection or any benefit. But as of now, the medium enterprises really are not amenable to much.